How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massa Beer Reviews, back with yet another review. A little bit of funk brewing up in this piece. Belgian style funk brewing up in this piece in the form of their 2-hour delay. Belgian style Grand Cru ale brewed with Traminette grape juice. No idea what that is, but we're going to dive into it. Brewed in Potsdam, PA. 7.9%, so it's not a huge, Belgian. And there you go. So, Belgian Grand Cru, a couple different things. Belgian Grand Cru, what are we dealing with? Could be a couple different things. More often than not, your Grand Cru is going to be your kind of best beer of the year, or something like that. So, it can verge from your triple area to your darks, to your doubles, to your quads, all that kind of stuff. So, a little bit of a surprise there for that. Traminette grape juice, I have no idea what that is as far as grape juice does. This might be my guess, not knowing anything about the beer. You're doing a Belgian style Grand Cru. More often than not, you might use a Belgian candied sugar. Maybe they're using that grape juice as the catalyst, as that Belgian candied sugar in place of the Belgian candied sugar, which would be kind of a cool thing to do. And 2-hour delay. Who out there doesn't know what that means? Probably everybody who's in the South and the West Coast. Well, at least Southwest Coast. 2-hour delay is a very prominent thing out here in northeastern United States. And that's basically you have 2-hour delay from going to school when you're a kid. Because it snowed. And that's why there's snow on there. Or digital snow, if you will. I actually dig the label. I like the lettering. Something about it. It's very plain, but kind of works for me. So there you go. That looks like a New England style IPA. You're telling me this is a Belgian style Grand Cru? I mean, if this was a mystery beer, and I had no idea what I was looking at, I would be like, it could be this. No, it looks like a new school hazy through and through. So I'm really pumped to dive into this one because I'm really curious at the nose. I mean, Belgian Grand Cru, did they do like a hazy with a Belgian yeast? I don't know. It's kind of weird. Let's get a nose. Well, it doesn't smell like a hazy. Let's put it that way. Does it smell like a Belgian beer, though? No. It smells like a smoked lager to me. Okay. I don't know where that's coming from. Yeah, I'm getting like this smoked lager vibe off of it. Smoked malt. I shouldn't say smoked lager. Smoked malt vibe off it. Like almost like rush beer level smoke. Like bologna smoke off of it. I have no fucking idea where that's coming. That could just be this thing being all dumb and doing the wrong smells. But that's the way this kind of comes off. It looks like a New England style hazy. It smells like pineapples on a smoked ham. No clue. I'm pumped to try this beer. This beer is just the mind fuck of all mind fucks and the nose fucks of all nose fucks. Hopefully it just fucks in general. So let's dive in. Cheers. Couple things. First off, don't put your barcodes. Listen, I deal with barcodes daily at my work. That's what I do half the time. Why are you putting a horizontal barcode on a round thing? It drives me insane. I can't stand it. Just like, I don't know. It just drives me insane because it's not going to scan right. The company I work for, if we do barcodes wrong, we get fined like thousands of dollars and stuff like that. So I have to like obsess over barcodes. Secondly, I don't even know what I classify this as. I would classify it as a hazy saison. That's kind of where this beer comes off for me. First things first, it does have pineapple. That's the main thing I get off of this beer. I don't know if that's maybe that grape, that specific kind of ale, grape juice, that Traminette grape juice. I don't know if that's that imparting that, or if it's a yeast thing. Again, you're talking about a Belgian beer, you're expecting a little bit of bubblegum, a little bit of banana, those kind of things. I'm getting more grapefruit, so I don't know if it's a combination of the yeast and all that playing together. Who knows? But that's what I'm getting out of it. Pineapple and like a saison kind of yeast, like a spicy, peppery, cardamom kind of thing going on in there. In a hazy body. It has like this IPA feel to it. That's why I want to go with like a hazy kind of saison. It's a really weird beer. This is not like, this is almost like, I think you brew this beer and go, what the fuck are we going to call this? And maybe they used a Belgian yeast. And they said, let's just call it a Belgian style Grand Cru. Because I have no idea what this beer would be classified as. Now, let's step back for a second. Does that make it a bad beer? No, not by any stretch of the imagination. I really enjoy this beer. It's really fun to work through it because it's so much removed from what I'd expect based off of the name. Again, Grand Cru can be a little bit ambiguous, so it's not like you're really going to nail down the kind of beer, exactly what it is, but you're at least looking for some kind of callback to Belgian beers in general. And I'm getting none of that here, except for maybe that Saison portion of the show. But you have a lot of Belgian Saisons, but even then, it's not giving me that kind of bubblegum ester I'd expect from a Belgian Saison. Yeah, this is a weird beer. I kind of fucking like it. Yeah, so pineapple in a more kind of like pineapple creme, pineapple whipped cream kind of way. A little bit of salt, peppery notes from the Saison yeast. Like I said, I got that weird kind of pineapple bologna ham, pineapple smoked ham kind of thing going on in the actual nose. And I'm not really getting a smoked malt kind of thing in the taste, but there is something to it. There's like a savoriness to the malt. So if you told me there was a little bit of smoked maltiness, I wouldn't be surprised. It could be one of those beers too. Keep that in mind. It could be like we have a bunch of shit left over ingredients wise. Let's just brew something up that's kind of kooky and name it afterwards. Sometimes you make the name, you brew the beer, or sometimes you brew the beer and make the name. Probably is the latter here. Oh, it could be a former. You're gonna be like, we're gonna do a Belgian Grand Cru. Order the labels. They get the labels. They're like, this is not a Belgian Grand Cru. And be like, fuck it, just use labels anyway. So it could be a bunch of different things. But what it is, double is. I think is a really fun beer. I don't think a lot of people dig it. I mean, it's a weird thing to where if you gave it to a hazy person, I think it lacks the characteristics of what hazy people dig on. If you gave it to a person that is really kind of into Belgian beers, it lacks the characteristics of those things. I would almost think somebody that really enjoys like a wide gamut of beers would enjoy this one. So someone that's into, IPAs, hazies, Belgians, Saison, across the whole spectrum, and can find and pick out flavors and points that really appeal to them. That's where I think this kind of shines in a very fun way. Let's cut to the chase. Is this one of the better Belgian Grand Crus I've ever had? No, it's not a Belgian Grand Cru. Is it one of the better hazies I've ever had? No, it's not a hazy. Is it one of the better Saisons I've ever had? No, it's not a Saison. Is it one of the more interesting beers that I've had as of late? Yes, in a positive way. Let's put it that way. Value and availability. They actually gave this to me. I stopped by the tap house and their marketing guy was like, hey, give them a couple beers to go. So that was pretty cool. So I don't know the price point on this and leave you with, if you like what we like this beer, if you like interesting flavors and unique beers, because that's where this one lies. There's a little bit of all different kinds of beer in this beer, but in the grand scheme of things, it's very unique. I can't name another beer like this off the top of my head. So if you like well-made beers that not necessarily too style, there you go. This guy. So hopefully you guys enjoyed our review. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers if you want to check me out in the social media stuff. Beer Massive if you want to check me out in the whole podcasting thing. And hopefully you guys enjoyed our review. Hopefully enjoying a little bit of 2-hour delay. Literally and figuratively. And hopefully see you next time. Cheers.